Hi guys, you're welcome back to my channel. If you are new to my channel, you're welcome. On today's tutorial, I'll be teaching you how I made this beautiful dress for my client. I made a little changes on the yoke part because of the kind of lace I am working with, but I'll be telling you the type of lace you need to achieve the exact style on the thumbnail and the material you need to embellish the dress. Just make sure you don't skip any parts, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you find my video helpful. Okay, I have my basic bodice block here. So I use the neckline of 3x3. I'll be showing you how I drafted the corset pattern that I used to make this dress. So the first thing I'll be doing now is to mark my nipple to nipple measurements. Her nipple to nipple measurement is 8 inches. I divided it into 2 to get 4 inches. So on the under bust line, I will mark half inch towards the center front, and I will mark 1.5 inches this side. On the bust point line, I will come down by half inch and I will connect it the way you see me doing. After connecting it, I will roll it straight down. Please make sure you don't skip any part of this video so that you will get everything that I'm about to say. After rolling it straight down, from the under bust, I will measure how high I want the corset cup to cover. From the under bust, I came up by 6.5. If you want to expose your cleavage a little bit, you can come up by 5 inches. So I roll it straight down. I will divide my shoulder by 2 and I will connect it to the bust point the way you see me doing. Can you see the shape now? I will clean this part so that you won't get confused. After cleaning it, I'll be tightening the over bust by half inch on the both side. After marking the half inch on the both side, I will connect it 1 inch above the bust point line the way you see me doing. Also do the same thing on this side. So I will be replacing the half inch, that is 1 inch on the armhole area so that I won't run shortage of fabric there. So I will reconnect it. After that, the next thing I'll be doing now is to curve my sweetheart neckline. I will come up by half inch from the chest line. Okay, I think I will be marking it up to the chest line. I just curve it like sweetheart neckline. Can you see? So the next thing now I'll be doing is to mark my corset cup. So on the side front, I measure 1.5 inches. After that, I will roll it down so that you understand what I'm doing. Just follow what I'm doing, you will get it right. So after rolling it down, I'll be curving it this way. I'll curving to create my cup. Can you see what I have? I'll clean it up. This line I mark is not necessary. I just mark it as a guide so that a beginner can understand what I'm doing. So after that, I'll be creating the curve for the center front. I'll just mark it this way. This is not hard at all. You can use your pattern master or your French curve to get your cup. So I will label it now. I'll use an arrow to indicate where you'll be joining the curve. You write up and down so that when you are transferring it to your fabric, you will not get confused. So I'll go ahead and cut it out. If you have been following my tutorial, you know that I have several tutorials on how to draft a corset and a detailed tutorial on how to sew it. I'm going through this process again just because of the people seeing my video for the first time. So if you are seeing my video for the first time, please make sure you go through my channel. You see so many videos that you will find interesting. So I'll be closing this part up. I don't want to be joining the front part. I don't want the front part to have a dart, so I will use my masking tape now to close it up this way. I'll cut it out. So the next thing I'll be doing now is to draw the back part. I'll mark out my vertical lines. So I will mark my shoulder, which is 7.5. I'll roll it straight down to the chest line, and I will mark quarter of her round bust, quarter of her round waist. I will roll my line straight down. So I will come down by half inch from the shoulder. I will measure 3 inches for neck width and 1 inch for her back neck depth, and I will connect it. I also connect my shoulder slant, which is half inch, to the neck width. After that, I will divide her chest line by 2. I'll get the midpoint. I'll come in by half inch to draw the armhole. Can you see what I'm doing? After that, I'll get her nipple to nipple measurement, which is 4 inches, and I will roll it straight to the bust point line. On the dart leg, I will measure half inch on the both dart leg, and I will connect it to the bust point the way you see me doing. After that, the next thing I'll be doing now is to create the back yoke. So from the shoulder, I came down by 7 inches. I'll roll the line straight. On that line, I mark straight this line now. I will come down by half inch. I want to slant the yoke. Can you see what I'm doing? This is my yoke. So I will clean this first line out. From the zipper allowance line, I will come in by half inch. This gown will not be having a zipper, so I will cut the zipper allowance out. I'll cut everything out now. This is my yoke part. I'll be adding eyelets on the center back, so I will trim everything out now. This is what I have when I was done cutting it. So I've gone ahead to transfer everything to my fabric. I added half inch all round. This is my yoke. I also added half inch round for my yoke. There's no big deal here, just to add half inch round for all the cut out pieces. This is my back yoke, so I created the hole. I'll be cutting it out. When I'm done sewing the cloth, you see the yoke, right? So I've gone ahead to iron my interface on all the cut out pieces, both for the lining and the main fabric. So I will unfold the front now for you to see what I have. Can you see? I will be attaching my boning on the lining. So I'll go and sew it and come back and show you how it looks like. I'll also do the same thing for the back, and I will join my cups. After that, I will come and show you how it looks like. Can you see what I have? I've attached my boning. I've sewn my cup. I open press my cup and I iron it very well. I also did the same thing for my lining. After ironing the cup very well, the next thing I'll be doing now is to fix my cup inside. I use my pin to secure it. You make sure you stretch the cup out so that the fabric won't have any folding. After pinning it round, you go to your sewing machine and sew it before attaching it to the main dress. I will do all that off camera. I'll come back and show you. The main focus of this dress is how to do the lace placement. So I've gone ahead to attach the cup. Can you see what I have? So I've also joined my back yoke. I've also sewn my front yoke. I have turned the neckline. Before I attach my front yoke, I will show you how you can place the lace pattern on it. This lace I have here is called Chantley lace. This was not the main lace that was used to achieve the style on the thumbnail. You can use cord lace or any lace that have scallop. Just trim the part that have scallop and use it to design the yoke, but I'll be showing you how you can go about it. What you do is to bring the pattern, your yoke pattern. I have my own here. Can you see? So I'll be marking out the parts that I will be placing on the yoke. Just watch what I'm doing, you get it right. From the neckline, I just pull it straight down to the middle. You can place it on your yoke as a guide. Just be creative with it. You can also create the scallop on the pattern. Just create the scallop, you sew it, but I don't want to do all that, so I will transfer it to my fabric. Now I will add my sewing allowance round. I'll do it and come back and show you what you have. Can you see I added my ½ inch sewing allowance round? So the next thing now is to show you how to place it on your yoke. The process I want to use now is the process you use when you are working with the one that have scallops. You just fold it in a little with ½ inch. Fold it in. There's no need of sewing it. You can use your invisible thread to sew, but for me, I'll be using my hemming gum. I'll just insert my hemming gum inside. Just watch carefully what I'm doing, you get it right. I cut out 2 for my yoke, so I use one to turn the neckline. Sure you turn the neckline before placing the lace. I'm arranging the lace the way I want it to be. So I'll go ahead now and put the hemming gum inside. I will place it on top of it, and I will use my iron to iron on it. Please, when you are ironing it, make sure you regulate your iron. I will use my steam iron now. I just sprinkle the water and iron it so that my lace will not burn. Can you see it have stick together? You can as well use your invisible thread to tack it if you want. That's optional. So the next thing now is to fix the yoke. I'll just place it together. I'll use my pin to hold it. After that, I'll go to my sewing machine and sew. I'll come back and show you the next thing to do. After sewing it, the next thing now is to place the lace on it. I'll just fold it with ½ inch. Just fold it a little. You now place it on the cup. Make sure you determine the left and right hand side before placing it. So I will just keep placing it, and I will use my pin to hold it first. Can you see what I'm doing? You can arrange it the way you want. I'm just placing it, making sure that I have excess because I'll be cutting it out so that I can see what I'm doing very well. I just trim the excess out now. If you have watched up to this length and you have not subscribed to my channel, please kindly support my channel by subscribing. Alright, so I'll continue with the pleat. You can form your pleat the way you want it to be. Just let your creativity guide you. So as you are pleating, just make sure you use your pin to hold it. At the cup area, you can form it very well. The reason why I use corset so that it will balance very well. If you use bustier, normal princess that bustier, it might not come out the way you want it. It's this corset that will make the lace to relax very well, even without pleating it on the under bust. The lace will just relax very well. So after forming my pleat, I will use my hemming gum to press it down so that it can stick together. Iron my hemming gum on it. When I'm done sewing it, I will also show you how you can use your hand needle to sew the yoke part just to finish it up. So I've gone ahead to cut out my skirt, my front and back skirt. I also cut out my lining. I have several tutorials on how to cut and sew a skirt, so I just want to use this to show you how you can do the lace placement on the lower part. So can you see what I have? You place your skirt this way just to determine the side the lace will go so that you will not make mistake. So for me to determine the amount of lace that will be enough for the pleating, I'll first of all measure where I want the lace will stop. I measure down 12 inches. So I will add extra 7 inches to the length. For the width of the lace, you just measure what you have on your front skirt, the width of your front skirt. That's how to get it. So You just watch how I am doing it now. I'll first of all use my pin to hold it down by the side. You arrange it, make sure that you are using your pin to hold it. I'm just taking it slowly so that you understand what I'm doing. Can you see the way I'm forming the pleats? Make sure you use the upper part as a guide. After forming my pleats, I will now trim it off. When you are trimming it off, make sure you trim it up to your size seam sewing allowance. I added 1.5 inch for size seam sewing allowance. The reason why I trim it up to the sewing allowance is because I'll be turning it with my lining. So I'll go ahead and trim it off camera now. After that, I will fold this part a little, fold it and stitch on it. Can you see the side and where the net stopped? So I'll be joining the upper part first before I will sew my lining on it. So I will join my lining separately also, the way I joined the upper part. Can you see what I have? Can you see the allowance, my size seam allowance? So I'll be turning it with my lining now. I'll first of all sew the down part. After sewing it, I will sew the two sides. I will also do the same thing for my back part. I'll flip my yoke backward and place it this way. I've gone ahead and sew it. I will turn it inside out from my armhole. Don't forget to notch your neckline, notch it round. So after turning it inside out, I will arrange it very well and give it a good ironing. Iron it very well. Can you see? This is my back part. I will also turn my back part. After attaching my back zip, I will go ahead now and shape the both sides. I'll place it together and use my size seam sewing allowance and join it. I'll first of all join my shoulder. Can you see the space I have here? I'll go to my sewing machine now and shape it off camera. Come back and show you the next thing to do. So after shaping it, I use my invisible thread to tack this part, this upper part. I just tack it the way you see me do it. Make sure your needle is not touching the lining. Just carefully tack it all round. All round, you tack it, don't sew on it so that you achieve a neat finishing. That's what you will do. The embellishment, I use cup chain and claw stone to beautify it. You can even use sand bead. You can just use anything to design it. Thanks for watching.